What if a cascading power outage occurs as a result of a large-scale failure at the main distribution power substation of a megalopolis? Not a technical problem, but a complete and irreversible failure of key transformers and control systems caused by a combination of human error and outdated protective systems. Imagine a central node powering entire neighborhoods fails with nature reminiscent of a man-made disaster, not with a deafening explosion, but with a series of deep, destructive internal ruptures that permanently shut down its work. After that, the lights go out, not only in houses, but also on the streets, in tunnels, at pumping stations. Ventilation and water treatment systems are shutting down. The water supply to the upper floors of skyscrapers is stopped. The elevators are freezing. The city, whose heartbeat is an electric current, freezes. Effects: a power outage triggers an irreversible chain of devastating events for urban infrastructure. Collapse of water supply and sewerage. Pumping stations stop without electricity. The water pressure drops to zero. The water treatment and supply systems stop working, which makes the remaining water in the pipes potentially dangerous. Sewage systems stop functioning, creating a threat of unsanitary conditions and environmental pollution. Mute communication in dark buildings. Cellular towers, having exhausted their power reserves, turn off one by one. Internet service providers are shutting down. The city is plunging into an information vacuum. Skyscrapers turn into dark, impenetrable blocks of concrete. Their glazed facades, devoid of air conditioning, create a greenhouse effect, and a lack of elevators makes them vertical traps. A chain reaction in engineering systems. Systems that we don't see are starting to fail. Traffic regulation is completely paralyzed. Stopping the pumps leads to stagnation and corrosion in the pipelines. Underground structures such as subways and tunnels are beginning to fill with groundwater, threatening the stability of building foundations. Solution/survival scenario. Living in a new city requires a fundamental revision of habits and priorities. Survival depends on adaptation and intelligent action. First steps and resource assessment. Safety first. Inspect your immediate environment for new threats, gas leaks, damaged structures, and crowded areas. Avoid basements and underpasses where dangerous gases or water may accumulate. Water reserve. Immediately collect and store all available clean water. Fill bathtubs, bottles, and any containers. Remember, a person can only live without water for a few days. Energy and information. Use car chargers to power mobile phones. Save battery power. A battery-powered radio may become the only source of information from the outside world. Houses, community building, and long-term adaptation. Strength is in unity. Unite with your neighbors. Through joint efforts, security can be organized, tasks can be distributed, rainwater can be collected, and shared reserves can be created. Collective action increases the chances of survival. Organization of life. Create a daily routine that includes physical activity, mental activities, and relaxation. This helps to maintain psychological stability under stress. Use candles and lanterns for lighting in the dark. Eat perishable foods first. Self-care. Learn the basics of filtration and disinfection of water. Learn how to provide first aid. If possible, create mini vegetable gardens on balconies or in courtyards. The path to recovery. The restoration of the city will begin with local foci. Diesel generators from hospitals and critical facilities may be the first to be started. The priority will be to create a distributed energy system using solar panels and small generators to avoid a repeat cascade collapse. Operability will return in stages. First, water supply and sewerage at the ground floor level, then communications, then partial restoration of electricity supply to individual areas. This process will take months or even years rather than days. This scenario is not a prediction, but a reminder of the fragility of the world we have created. Understanding these risks is the first step to being prepared, if not to prevent them, then at least to survive and recover